So, Queendom Puzzle Episode 5. Honestly, this episode had so much filler. I hated that they felt like they needed to recap everything in this excruciating detail. Like we all watched the previous episode. You could have just added something else to fill in the time. But because there wasn't anything else to talk about, I'm just gonna go directly into talking about the performances, and rather than doing it one by one, I will talk about the teams that were competing with each other, and on the basis of that, discuss the performances. So the first round is the vocal and rap battle round 1, for which we first had the puzzle team performing Rush Hour. Honestly, one of the worst performances of the night. It was so boring, so boring, and it's beyond me because the original song is so good. I think it is the mixing. I just hate the mixing they have done here because it just makes the song so dull. I also didn't think that anyone's vocals stood out at all. I think Zoa and Suyeon were supposed to do that, but they didn't. And both Nana and Yoram just looked so out of place. And it makes sense. They're both dancers, and not having to dance just kind of shows how low their skill sets are. I mean, I get that K-pop idols should be good dancers, but if you're only a good dancer, then I'm not sure. Yuki and Yeon were the only good parts about this performance, honestly, and they don't even come in till more than halfway through the song. I wish they would have driven the car onto the stage or something, like Olivia Rodrigo did for her Grammys performance of Driver's License. I think that would have made more of an impact because this grand entrance that they tried to do fell very flat. Also, they were giving off such different vibes. Like Yeon was more stoic, cool girl, and Yuki was all bubbly, giving people high fives and stuff. It didn't feel cohesive. It felt more uncoordinated and unplanned. I did not like this performance at all. And it's kind of working in their disadvantage because the Boys Planet survival show that happened just a few months before this did Rush Hour twice. So I feel like there's already, people oversaturated with this song. Plus, nobody, and I mean nobody, comes close to Cam J's rendition of Rush Hour. So, don't even try to. From a bad performance to the official worst performance of the night. Everything was just so wrong. I mean, how do you take a Taeyeon song and ruin it like this? I don't understand it. I don't understand how you could do that. None of the girls' vocals fit the songs. This rap was so bad. The concept made no sense at all. I mean, I wish they would have continued on with it, the silent film the thing that they were trying to do. But they did for 2 seconds. And in what silent film era would Yeonhee be sitting and playing Jenga? You know what I mean? It's just the concept was so badly done. All it was sitting there looking pretty, which is not what the song is about. I mean, Yeonhee doesn't fit this concept at all. I am so sorry. She has such a strong resting bitch face. It just works against her so much. Even in the way Mnet's editing her, they're editing her in such an evil way because of the fact that she has an RBF and, just looks disinterested all the time. Which I feel bad for her. But she doesn't fit concepts this bright at all. The other contestants were also pretty meh. I mean, the way they were editing Soojin and, giving her this underdog arc, I was convinced that they were with, but the way it turned out, none of this. The entire time this was happening, my brain was scrambling. Nothing made sense to me at all. But overall, I think these two performances were really bad. Both the performances for the first vocal round were just so so bad. They're so bad. I'm so sorry. They're so bad. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick Rush Hour because it is, it's better than Weekend for sure, but it is not good at all. So, we started off this episode in a really disappointing way. But, things go up. So then we go to the vocal and rap battle 2. And this is the ballads section, if that makes sense. If the first round was more pop section, this is the more ballad section. I'm not going to do individual feedbacks here, mostly because I don't have that much to say. So I'm just going to give my overall thoughts on both the performances. Best ones yet. Both the performances were the best performances I have seen on Queendom Puzzle so far. Honestly, debut these 6 girls together in a group. Now, just debut them. Just how do we go from the worst performances of the show to the best one? Like, make it make sense. K and Bora were amazing. Obviously, they're the main vocalists. But the Queendom team, the way Jury, Faye, Doha and Jiwoo kept up with them, hats off to them. The performances were the kind of performances you expect to get from seasoned idols. You know what I mean? Like, this shouldn't feel like I'm watching trainees, and these performances made that extremely clear that these are trained idols who are ready to debut like now in a good group. I think going into it, everyone had already put their bets on K and Bora winning, which I get that. They are the main vocalists. You will never get to see this duo again, unless they make it into the final group. But the way they came together and they did it, I knew that the cards were stacked against the Queendom team, but they really held their own. And because of that, if I had to choose, I would have voted for them because they really surprised me. And the fact that they were able to put up with the 2 vocalists in such a good fight, hats off to them. Then going on to the vocal and rap battle 3, we start off with the puzzle team again. They perform Wannabe by Itzy. What a great performance, right? Just so good. I do think they played it a little safe by going with the rock sound. I think most girl crush songs easily can be remixed into a rock sounding sound. So creatively, I wish they would have done something else. But let's talk about the standouts. Clearly, Jihan with the guitar and Sangha's rap were the big moments. I think Jihan was a little too timid in her part. Like, you can clearly see that this is not something she prepared well for or was prepared to do at all. But I still think her part made a big impact. Like, even though, when she was playing the guitar, you could see that the audience wasn't connecting with her that much because she kept looking down instead of making eye contact with them. But when she broke the guitar, even though I wish she would have done it with like more strength and more power, you could see that it captivated the audience. So I think that section did its part. Then come to Sangha's rapping. I mean, she's a great rapper. There is nothing about that. But I've said this time and time again. Her appearance is very messy. The way she raps, the way she sings, the way she dances, it's very messy. She needs to be a little more controlled with her body movements and her hand gestures. I think she can be like one of the best rappers on the show if she's able to get that in control. But still was able to make like such a big impact. Like, she went up on the stage where the other team was sitting and rapped. Like, no one else thought of that. That was so cool. It made the impact that it needed to do, which props to her for that. For the other members, Wooyeon was a bit off at times. Like, when she was in character, she was in character. But when she was not, it was pretty obvious. And yeah, both Reena and Jiwoon didn't make that much of an impact. Like, I forgot they were there. But overall, good performance. They were smart to pick this song off the bunch. I think the song gave them lots of advantage. But then the Queendom team had the best song, Time of Our Life, by Day 6. I absolutely loved this performance. It was my favorite one of the night. The song is so good. Honestly, one of the best Day 6 songs in my opinion. the performance was also so good. I like how, like the wannabe team needed to do like big standout moments to stand out, but the Queendom team didn't need to, because the song, their vocals, the minimalistic set and stage design, all of that was enough to captivate everyone's attention. Speaking of the members, everyone killed it. Like, everyone did a great job. Hiso was great as always. Miru was just looking like she was having the time of her life, living her K-pop idol dreams. Son was so good, like so good. And Ellie, she just keeps surprising me. She keeps surprising me every time. She's too good. The only person who felt a little forgettable was Cherin, and I feel like this because she didn't have too much to do, but her, space buns did help her stand out a little bit. But overall, I love this performance, and for an overall analysis of this round, I honestly can't tell you who would win. I don't know myself. I can see it going either way. My pick is obviously the Queendom team, but the puzzle team did a great job. I think the way they edit the section is going to be a big indicator of who wins and who doesn't. If they do show us the score, then it's definitely the Queendom team winning, because if the puzzle team wins this round as well, that means they won the entire battle, because 5 out of 3 they've already won. So if they show it to us, that means the puzzle team is winning. If they don't show it to us, that means the Queendom team has won. And then at the end of it, they're going to show us the entire score. But yeah, that was the episode. I'm really looking forward to Tuesday and to see the next episode and how it is and how it goes and how everything comes. They did mention an elimination. I don't know where that came from, but because they made us pick for the semi-final songs, the amount of people we could pick were 21. So 777 we could pick for the 3 songs that were given. So I'm assuming 5 people will be eliminated. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was the episode. Those were my thoughts. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.